Today on Community Cooking, we have guest chef Lisa Worth in the kitchen with us, and on the menu, we're making lemongrass coconut shrimp soup served with BBQ Guava Ribs, and for dessert, Dutch fruit pancakes. We're giving you a taste of the Hawaiian Islands. We're cooking with some of the best chefs from right here in our own community, so grab a seat and get comfortable. We have another great meal coming at you. This is your Community Cooking. Hi, and welcome to Community Cooking. I'm your host, Maria Prekeges, and I always love to have my friend Lisa Worth in the kitchen with me. Hello.
Hi, Maria. Thanks for having me.
Well, you always have such great food. I love you anyway, but you know, the food is an incentive to bring you back.
Thank you.
Today, a little taste of the Hawaiian Islands.
Always.
I know. Well, Lisa grew up most of her life on and off in the Hawaiian Islands, so we love it when you come in because you bring twists on all the traditional dishes.
Yeah, thank you. I had a lot of fun this time coming up with some different creative recipes that, you know, speak the Hawaiian language to me.
I love, well, and shrimp, coconut. Talk about the soup and the ingredients we're going to use.
So for the ingredients for the soup, I did some coconut. It's more like a coconut paste, so it's a little bit different than your typical coconut milk.
Okay.
It's a little bit thicker. It's called premium coconut, you can find. Also, I did lemongrass paste. It's actually kind of hard sometimes to find lemongrass, and I use it all the time, so I always buy the paste bottles.
She buys in bulk lemongrass.
But you can get them at the Asian stores. You're probably not going to find them at your typical farmer markets. However, you're going to be able to find everything else there, which is awesome. So I do the mushrooms, bok choy, ginger, garlic, and some shrimp, and some chicken broth. So very simple, very easy to do. And I mean, you know, I love having minimal ingredients and like great taste. So
well, it's always great taste, and you are very healthy as well, and this soup looks pretty darn healthy.
It is amazing. It's one of my husband's favorite. I think he begs me to make it all the time. So he's going to be jealous right now that you're getting it.
I know. Ha ha, hubby, it's all mine.
So if we want, we can go ahead and get started.
Okay.
Since I have this over here already heating up, I'm going to have you, since we're going to do what the shrimp is, we're going to peel them and just clean them out. And then I'm going to start getting the ginger ready. I always like to just peel the ginger with a spoon. Okay,
that's a great tip I learned on this show. Could have been from you, actually.
Might have been.
And because I always take a knife, and
it's just the easier way, and I don't have to worry about losing any items of body parts.
Spoon, you can't do much damage with a spoon.
No.
Oh, these shrimp are actually...
And there's no perfect way to do it. You just got to get the skin off.
Well, and fresh ginger is a must.
It smells so good. I love ginger.
And it's good for your stomach. It's good for a lot of things, but a lot of people...
Well, this recipe just has so many different flavors coming in and out of it, which is why it's one of my favorites, too. It's just... You can taste the ginger, you can taste the coconut, you can taste the lemongrass. It's just very, very different.
Now, how'd you come up with this? Did you see it somewhere, or just ingredients that you like, so let's try to combine them?
So I've had different soups over on the islands, and then my husband actually used to live in Thailand. So he brought over different recipes with him, and since they're all kind of the same, and they all combined from what you get in Hawaii to what you get in Thailand or Indonesia, all over, they're kind of all tying into each other. So it's kind of cool to see, like, I was able to take a little bit of what he had and put a little bit of what I knew into it, and that's kind of where it started coming up with the idea for this soup.
Well, and you always have such fun ideas, and I always tell people, you know, A, try this at home, but B, just be creative. Look in your fridge.
Yeah, don't be afraid to put things together. I mean, I have always been that way. I think it's partly because my mom's like that.
Well, that was my next question. Where did you start and when? Just loving food and making it and trying different things.
You know what? My mom actually owned an Italian restaurant, so I grew up around Italian cooking and ice cream gelato. She did a lot of, and
yum.
Very different type of food, but she was always known for doing food that she just would grab leftovers and make the most unique, interesting dishes. And since I was a little girl, I've always been in the kitchen with her. I was at the restaurant helping out, so.
So was the Italian restaurant in the Hawaiian Islands or somewhere else?
You know what? No, actually, it was in Arizona.
Okay.
She had it for a few years, and then she decided she wanted to be a mom. So she just wanted to stay home, and she loved cooking, but not as much as she loved being a mom. And she just had me and realized, like, that was what she wanted to do with, you know, her life at that time. So.
Well, she did good. That we know.
So we had fun in the kitchen.
She did good. Mom, you did good raising your daughter, and thank you for all her culinary skills.
I know. My dad did teach me how to make a pretty mean hot dog, though.
Did he? Oh, God bless
Or a
him.
bologna sandwich. So he was my nut.
Isn't that funny? Our dad made just a couple items, and it was hilarious. But they were good. The few he made were good.
So I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of scores in this just to kind of get the flavor to come out. I'm not chopping this up. It goes in whole.
I love that. Okay, and my shrimp is peeled. I think I got it all. If you have a little crunch later, you know where it came from. Now, do we cut these up or?
You know what? Nope. I just throw them in whole.
Oh, I love it. Look, I'm double checking for any loose.
Okay. So I'm just going to throw these in first.
Okay. I'm giving you my shrimp.
Perfect. And then I'm going to chop up some of this bok choy. With the bok choy, you just make sure you clean it really well because when you get them, they're pretty tight and they have a little ball at the end of them, and they get dirty.
And you can see it. That's one that you can usually see a little bit of dirt.
Yes.
So clean them well.
Just make sure you're always cleaning them good. So we just throw it right in.
Okay, the ginger and the chicken broth already you can smell.
You can smell it. So I'm going to throw in this so I can get this.
And what's it called again? It's coconut?
So this is a premium coconut milk.
Premium coconut.
Which means it's just a little bit thicker. You can see it'll break up.
Okay.
So it'll be perfect.
Coconut's so good for you.
It is. It's so good. And I'm going to throw in the lemongrass. If it wants to go in.
Lemongrass does add a flavor, and you're like, whatever, it's lemongrass.
It's lemongrass, but it's so good. I love the flavor it brings. And I like using the paste. It gives you a little bit more, it's a different, I guess, texture. You can get some of the little bits of the lemon, whereas when you're using the lemongrass sticks, you're actually not getting, you know, the little pieces.
Which are huge, by the way.
They are huge.
They
are huge.
When I first got introduced to it, I was like, wow.
They're good, though.
Yeah, they're very good.
Just fun cooking with it. Okay, so I just throw the garlic in whole.
Oh, I love it. Easy.
So super easy, and this just marinates for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Do the
mushrooms.
So
I think mushrooms are a love-hate. I'm a love.
I love mushrooms.
I love them.
There's just something about them. Okay.
And they're really good for you.
And then I just throw the shrimp in, and the shrimp will cook along with this.
Okay. And
we'll be good. And then I can show you, we can start on the gravy while this is cooking.
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, next up.
Okay, so the next we're going to do is a guava barbecue sauce, which...
That's going to go on the ribs. So I'm moving all the ingredients around. I'm getting them close to us. So talk about the ingredients for the sauce.
Okay, so what I did here is I always love making my own barbecue sauce. Sometimes I do cheat and we'll go get just a jar if I'm running out of time and mix some guava in. But this time I'm going to show you the great way you can store it in your fridge, have it for days. It's amazing.
Well, and fresh is always better than anything in a can or jar.
It is. Oh, it's so good for you, and you know what you're putting in it, which is the most important. So I have brown sugar and sugar. Then I also have some ginger, some garlic powder, and some salt and pepper, along with lemon. And then we got scallions just to sprinkle on top after.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and do some apples. Why am I spacing this one?
Apple cider vinegar.
Yes, apple cider vinegar.
I actually
love
strong. It.
People drink that just straight all the time.
I had a sip once. I'm like, I don't think I need to drink it raw.
But. Okay. And then Worcestershire. I always say that
wrong. That's where
Worcestershire.
I say Worcestershire. I can't say it. So
everyone has their own. That's like your recipes. You have your own twist on that.
Yeah.
I got my own twist on that.
Yeah, no, I can't say Worcestershire.
Worcestershire.
We're hilarious. See what we have in common? We can't say it.
Okay, and then water, and then we're going to go ahead and do some guava paste in it. And then we are actually going to save this mango butter to rub actually on the ribs before the marinade goes on it.
Ooh, that's good. And then ketchup.
Really good. And ketchup, so that's your main one. And then we let it marinate for a couple hours, and then you put it on the ribs, and that's about 3 hours and 45 minutes in the crock pot, and they're delicious.
So we mix this together?
Yep, you can start mixing that.
Okay.
I'm gonna check
Oh, that guava paste?
It's delicious. You can put guava paste on so many things,
That's good. So ketchup, apple cider vinegar.
Apple cider
Here,
vinegar.
just for, medicinal purposes.
You're gonna try it. And
how do people drink that all the time?
I don't know.
And I love vinegar.
Hey, you're a trooper, so
I'm pouring from the other side. We're being,
okay,
soy.
Use up.
I'm sorry, I'm still
You
feeling
had
the
a
effects.
little bit too much.
It's actually weirdly good. Okay,
It
water
is good.
goes in it too?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to go in the crock pot, so it's all gonna.
We'll first put it on the stove.
Okay.
And get it going.
And then all of the dry I can throw in at
all
once?
the dry. And we'll just mix that
Oops. That went a little rogue on me.
It's really good, though.
Oh, my gosh.
Super easy to make. And then the guava, you're just going to have to work it in and, kind of whisk it up. I can give you a fork if you want a fork.
Fork might be good.
Might be a little bit better for you. Let's see.
I can do it with a spoon, but why not use a fork?
And then we're going to squeeze this lemon in. Let's make sure we don't have any seeds in here. Always important. I always like to use fresh lemon.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, it smells so good.
I know. And when it's cooking on the ribs, and it's a sweeter barbecue sauce. So this isn't one of those smoky flavors. It's very tangy and sweet, and that's why I love it. And it goes great. I use pork loin ribs, and they fall right off the bone in the crock pot.
And where can you get guava paste? Anywhere?
You know what? You can go to the jelly sections and you can get it anywhere. It's in the jelly section on the very top shelf where they think you can't see it. If you're looking up, you might spot it. So.
Well, it's funny. I always talk about, things that you want, and they're right there, but not in plain sight sometimes.
No, and whenever you're cooking with unique recipes and doing different ingredients, you just never know what you don't have in your kitchen and where to find things.
And you always want to use pork ribs with this?
No, I personally like to use pork ribs just because a lot of dishes are made with pork over on the islands, and so that's kind of my take on wanting to keep the pork, influence going.
I think I got it all mixed up.
Okay, so I'm gonna just take this off real quick so I can put that on. And I'm gonna.
Oh, and the soup is bubbling away. Yum.
We got a little bit more whisking, but.
Oh, did I leave some at the bottom?
That's okay. I'm not gonna fill that up all the way just so we take our time.
Okay.
But this will simmer down, and then we can go ahead and place it in the crock pot and see how it goes.
And then the scallions are for?
The scallions are going to be to top later when we plate it. But now I'm going to have you take this beautiful piece of meat, and you
rub-a-dub-dub.
Get to rub it on there. And, we want to put it all on it and just kind of get it on top, and there you go. That's how every time I'm here,
I know
you are always
me dirty. It's okay.
I feel like
I got a new manicure for you.
That's
so
a
there
tradition
you
of
go.
ours. If you're not using your hands, then
I'm not cooking.
No, that's what people
makes me feel like I'm right with my family.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
You're gonna love this dish. The nice thing about this dish is it's just super easy.
It's not super easy.
It's not time consuming. You can do it overnight. You can have the crock pot.
I was gonna ask now with the ribs.
Yes.
The crock pot takes few hours?
3 hours and 45 minutes.
Okay.
You're going to have it in the crock pot. So I like to go ahead and put the ribs in first, and then I like to put the marinade over it. And I call it a marinade because I feel like I'm marinating, the meat, and it's just so tender and it falls right off. And afterwards, I like to take the rest of the sauce and save it for other dishes because with the juices from this, and it's just amazing. So
super easy to prepare in our busy life. We already have one in the crock pot. That's been about 3 hours and 40 minutes. We're going to clean up, take a break, and we come back. Dutch pancake?
Oh, yeah, Dutch oven pancakes.
Dutch oven pancakes. Sorry, I was like, wait, Hawaiian Islands? I'm so confused. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Community Cooking.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert? Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right.
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on them.
Welcome back to Community Cooking. If you're just joining us, I'm with my friend and beautiful chef Lisa Worth. I'm talking your beauty, your food's beauty. We love having you here.
You're so sweet.
So our ribs are in the crock pot.
Yes, our ribs are in the crock pot.
Smell awesome. The soup.
Delicious.
I mean, I'm
so excited for you to try it.
So, and now Dutch oven pancake.
Yes. It's actually a French dessert.
Okay.
That I found.
French to our Hawaiian fusion.
I am making it a tropical new dessert. I love pancakes. And pancakes, believe it or not, have been around since like the 1st century, which blew my mind because when you think about it, you're like, how is that even possible? Yeah. But they really have. People were using eggs and flour to create bread-like pastries, and that's what we now know as a pancake. And I thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
I was I thought they were much
brilliant
more than that. Yeah.
No.
We have a few easy ingredients, so why not do it? So what goes into the pancakes?
Okay, so what we're going to do in the pancakes is we're going to put it in the blender, and we're going to place flour, milk, vanilla. Then we're going to do eggs. I have cinnamon and sugar in here. Oh. I love cinnamon. You can do whatever you want, but I just like a little bit, of that flavor going on. And then also...
and good for your buttered toast as well.
Yes, right? Cinnamon toast. This actually is melted butter, and that's going to be for the end when we top it after we pull it out of the oven. And then we're going to actually coat the cast iron pan with butter so that you can either pop it right out and plate it if you want, or you can eat it right in the dish. They're so good. There's so many things you can do. Yep. You can add any kind of topping you want. These are just my preferred toppings.
I was going to say, I see some strawberries.
Strawberries and bananas. And then I also have agave. And then powdered sugar, so you want that sweeter. Going for that pancake. You also, I have heard of so many different ways to make these. A lot of people like to cook fruit inside them.
Oh, wow.
So there's millions of ways you can do it. I have been this is my all-time first introduced one I ever had, so I'm excited.
I love it. And you get introduced to things, or you see things, or you read about them, and you make them your own, which is great.
Make them my own, and what I kind of like, I feel like everybody has their own little thing that they prefer. So this is just one of mine.
I always seem to like what you prefer. It's always pretty darn delicious.
I guess we can get started. If you want to take the bananas, we'll just use one for right now, and then we'll need to cut the strawberries too.
This is what I do,
I always, with the lemon, whenever my strawberries are cut, I put them back in the cup, and then I just put a little bit of lemon juice just for that flavor.
I like that.
It's just a thing I enjoy.
All right, so we just slice the bananas?
Yep, just slice it up. That'll be our topping. I'm going to put the milk in. So these take a little bit longer to cook. They're about 20 minutes in the oven.
Okay.
And you don't have to use a cast iron pan. You can use just a normal pan at home. I always like, the cast iron if I'm serving it to someone in it. It just gives it a little bit.
Something everyone should have. We finally got my sister on board not too long ago.
Let's just make sure. Oh, you know what?
I love bananas. They're so good for you. And just slice the strawberries any which way?
Yep, whatever
Dealer's
way
choice?
you want. Up to you.
And I like the lemon back on them. That's a great tip.
I love the lemon on it. Keeps them fresh tasting. They're so good. And I like to do this in the blender just because it gets it the right consistency, and it just makes it fast and easy.
We appreciate that.
And then I'll slowly start adding some more.
And that's it.
And then I'm going to put the sugar in as we go.
Okay.
Sugar and cinnamon. Oh, it smells so good.
Boy, yeah. We'll add it in. I'll save it for my toast for later.
I'm excited for this one. And then I blend it for like about 30 seconds to a minute just to make sure it's really good. A little bit faster.
Woohoo!
Cooking up a storm. Okay.
Oops, I got some tree particles, as we call the tops of the strawberries.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I have this Make sure it's on a little
So
bit.
the pan goes in the oven, but we start it on the stove.
Yep. Start it on the stove. You just want to coat the butter, or you can do oil. I like to do butter in the, as I put the wrong one on. I like that. And then after we put this in, then we'll go ahead and it's melting nice and put it in the oven, and then we can top it. This is such a pretty dish to serve to people. I love it.
I love the idea of serving it right in the pan.
It's so cute. Everybody's about the cute thing, right?
Yeah. Everyone now, especially, everyone's taking pictures of their food.
Yes, this is a picture taker for sure. And you don't really see these that often. I feel like you really, next time you go to a store, start looking around for different ingredients that you might want to make one of these at home, because you'd be really surprised. Your friends are gonna be like, "What is this? I've never heard of it." So
I know.
it's a pretty unique dish and it's fun. I think you might.
Dutch oven. You could do it camping.
You
Dutch
could.
oven.
You could. Okay.
That's funny. So, and then you also butter the sides.
I do butter the sides because the whole purpose is for the, pancake to go up on the sides.
Okay.
When it goes into the oven, that's kind of the look it gives you.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
So, and you can do it in small pans or
Whatever size.
You just go ahead.
So easy. Oh, look at that.
Super easy.
Oh, it's going to be good.
This one is just great. Now this is going to get huge and fluffy, and this is one that you can share with the entire family. So, unless it's just one of those days and you want the entire dish.
So you warm the pan to
So you
get really
just
the
warm it
butter
up.
melted.
Pretty much, and it'll just get it ready to get heated, and then we can place it in the oven. Do you want to place it in the oven?
I was going to say, set it here.
Okay.
We'll do a swap.
Okay, I'll swap you. It's pretty heavy. You might want 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll take 2.
Just
I'm
in
not
case. You got to
dropping
open that
this.
up.
I am not dropping.
Those get really hot, so you always have to be really careful.
So I'm going to put one in the oven, but we already have one in here that you made.
Yes.
Because how long does it take, just about?
About 20 minutes. But depending on how big your pan is, you're going to want it to sit a little bit longer.
Okay,
and they start to come up on the sides.
That's hot.
Okay. So then from here, you got this beautiful, little bowl
I like
type
this
shape.
size, too.
Yeah, this is a good size.
This is Maria personal pan size.
So this is the size you eat.
Yeah, I was like, that's...
Okay, so on this, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of butter.
A little, she says.
As I put a lot.
It's
But
okay.
The more butter, the better.
Yeah.
I was going to say I'd mix it around, but that's okay. I'll leave it like that just because it's hot.
Okay.
So why don't we top it with the fruit? We'll go ahead and put the fruit on it.
Just haphazardly?
Yep.
Does it need to look pretty?
As pretty as you want.
I know, I was going to say.
It's
I
always
like lots
fun
of
doing
bananas.
this.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
It's just such a very simple, easy dish. You can add ice cream if you want.
Oh, now we're talking.
And then from here, we'll take
Powdered
powdered sugar. And I'll do the agave.
Everyone needs a sifter. It's
Yes.
sifting without me.
You can't do it without one of those. So I'll go ahead and do this first.
Look at this.
Yeah. So I like a lot.
Oh, that's
Kind of
beautiful.
keep it really sweet. Okay. And then now you get to make it snow.
I get to do the little powdered sugar.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
How pretty is that dish? I mean,
I would serve it right in the pan because then it keeps it warm too.
and it gives it a very unique look, you know?
There we go.
I
Oh
just
my
love it.
gosh. That is awesome. All right, we're going to take a quick break, clean everything up, and when we come back, soup, ribs, Dutch oven pancake. In that order, that's how I'm tasting them.
Okay.
I have it all planned out. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching Community Cooking.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realized that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Welcome back to Community Cooking. All right, Lisa, I said soup, ribs, pancake.
That's the order you're going to eat it.
They're in
watch
order.
It.
Okay, this smells so good. And the mushrooms float to the top.
Yep.
They're beautiful. I'm digging for a shrimp. Aha.
They're like the perfect.
Besides it going down my mouth and down my chin, all the flavors add just with the shrimp. And oh my gosh, they're just fused together perfectly. You can taste a lot of them, but then they fuse together.
They do. They come together and make a really nice flavor.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be messy, folks. I'm just warning you. Ribs. There's a little piece right here that has my name on it. Really?
They're sweet, but they have so much flavor because of that crock pot. Like,
oh yeah,
they're so different than just a normal based rib. I love them.
Oh my gosh. Okay, 2 hits, and how can this not be a hit? Oh my gosh, I gotta cut into a little bit. Get a little banana on it, some powdered sugar. I'm gonna make a mess. I told you it's gonna get messy.
I'm doing the whole point. Banana.
If I can get it all on. Oh my word, that with the butter on top.
Yeah.
But the pancake itself, it's such a simple recipe, but
it's a simple but elegant dish. I love it.
It is. I mean, it looks like something your friends would be very impressed with, and you don't tell them.
No, you don't tell them.
That it was super easy.
Put it in a blender and put it in the oven.
I know. Shh, don't tell them that.
Yeah.
It took us forever. Thank you so much for joining us.
Welcome.
Your recipes are always so great. We love it.
Well, thanks for having me. I love being here.
Oh, and on behalf of Lisa, myself, and our entire crew, thanks for watching. And remember, we really do have some of the best chefs right here in our own community. Like her, like Lisa. Thanks again, and we will see you next time on Community Cooking.
If you'd like a copy of the recipes seen on this show, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations. That's 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200, in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number displayed on the screen. And don't forget, you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. That's located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov and check us out online at youtube.com/TorranceCityCable and like us on Facebook at Community Cooking TV.